What's good, y'all? Sean Smooth Game, man. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Detroit Tigers rebuild video, baby. And today we're still here in year number 3, getting prepared for the draft. And what better way to get prepared for the draft than to take a closer, more in-depth look at what the prospects you already got are. What depth do you have? Do you have potential starters at certain positions, and where are you lacking them? So that way you can know where to fully focus in the draft. Maybe some positions that you might want to even double pick, triple pick throughout the time. So we'll be going through a couple of full games with the minor league teams. I know we haven't done this yet in the series, so we haven't got a full look at these guys yet. Mostly just player locks here and there, but we're going to get into a full game and see what both of these teams have to offer for us. So that way we can see what we're getting into with some of the starting pitchers too as well, that we have our eyes on the most at each of the 2 levels. So the first thing that we're going to do, as you can see already up on the screen, you see the AA Erie Dogs, man. We are up in the series 3-2. Steve Shevitz is on the mound here today. Getting ready for another start. We just brought him up to single A. We literally just drafted him last year. You saw the number 7-2 record already. ERA is very low. This team is actually our better of the minor league teams. They're actually over 500 in the playoff hunt. Could be one of the only 2 of us in the playoff hunt if we don't get our act together at the major league level. So I want to definitely check out these guys to see if there's any potentials for guys that come with AAA, guys that I see a long-term future with. It'll be a good test to see what really goes on, because a lot of the guys that we'll draft will end up here at the AA team. So are there guys ready to move up to AAA to make room? Are the guys that we draft going to be worse and have to go to single A for a little bit? Are there guys at AA that need to go down to single A for a little bit of development? Only time will tell. And just ahead of the All-Star break, you see there Wenzel Perez, who was at the Major League roster when the series got started down at AA. Now he's been killing it a little bit. Maybe it might be time to move him back up to AAA as he takes one right between the rib cage or the spinal cord. Batting .265 this year, 3rd in second base AA All-Star voting, so maybe he'll be the All-Star game. Next up is Ben McGleary, one of our outfield prospects. He flies that one out center field. Haven't talked too much about him because I don't have big plans there. My outfield is pretty full, especially with young talent, so everything else there is depth. But Fernando Gonzalez, batting .297 at AA, is somebody that can see himself at the Major League roster. Jonathan Scope is getting older. I am looking for a 3rd baseman. I hope to not have to do it in free agency. So if one of these guys can prove that they're ready, we might even see Gonzalez finish out the year at AAA at some point soon if he can keep up this level of 290, around 300 hitting going into August and September time. This is not a good start, though, as he chops one over to the pitcher for an easy 1-6-3 double play. And we'll be checking out, like I said earlier, Steve Shevitz. We brought him up for single A about mid-May to see what he can do when we were moving around our starting pitchers. 7-2 record, 2.3 ERA, 1.1 WHIP, and only just 67 innings. So he's looked very, very strong. The strikeout numbers are low, very pitch to contact heavy, but he's done enough to get wins and to keep his ERA below 2.5. So today we'll be taking a little bit closer depth look at his pitches. The cutter was looking amazing today. The curve, look at that break. You know I love when curveball sliders, they have good control over them because they're easy strikeout pitches, especially if you got that heater coming right behind it, which I'll take a cutter. Cutter at 92 is just enough to go ahead and set up something like a curveball with similar type of movement, just a little bit more drop to it. As we're going to get the fly out here, I'll tell Walker off Zach Cook. And let me know down below, who are some of you guys' favorite minor league prospects that we have on this roster? Who can you not wait to see come up? I know you guys were really excited about Keith and Morris Jones both. Now we have them both at the major league level, both killing it, both fighting for the Rookie of the Year voting. And it really seems like it's just a battle between those 2. But let me know who you think could be the next person to come up, make an impact on the team, be it a pitcher, relief pitcher, infielder, outfielder. Who is the next person to step up and take on that role? Now, as you can see here, 2 quick outs, though, as they get a base hit finally. So now you're going to be watching or vying for a perfect game here. But Tyler Keenan up next takes this one right back almost at the pitcher. Runner's going to look to move up to 3rd base. Malgary kind of gets a little pump fake as he goes over to the shortstop. They're going to have to throw to the plate as he kind of goes all the way home. They took advantage of, I guess, the little hesitation there. I guess he was going to go to 3rd and changed his mind last second, so pulled it back as we get the strikeout there. But that one fatal error now puts up New Hampshire 1-0. And Steve, I mean, that's one of those ones that it shouldn't even count as an earned run. That run should not have came across, especially with the strikeout right after. But it will go down as an earned run, and we will have plenty of time, though, to make up for it, as that is a nice fly ball out to right field for out number 1. Steve's going to keep wheeling and dealing and doing his thing. Pitch count starting to look a little bit high already, peaking at about 23, but he has great command of the pitches, hitting the black. Look at the curveball just dropped effortlessly in right on top of that bottom part of the strike zone. 0-2. Gets the 4-seamer on the corner, just had down man froze on every single pitch. That's what I'm talking about with that control. It's looking very, very good as De Los Santos Gets caught looking as well on the four-seamer. Go sit down and warm up as that heat passes you by. Will stay bottom third as he's looking strong now. 2-2. Another swing and miss on the four-seamer. Let's keep it going. How long can we keep the strikeouts going? Zach Cook back to the top of the lineup for their second trip around the order as he chops one in on the hands, getting him confused. Perez got to make a quick throw here. Not in time. You got to come up and press that one fast. You kind of let it roll to him, and the slow roller worked out in the hitter's favor. And if you can't get outs when you need them, you know the curse goes. That is going to be another base hit right up the middle. Now it's just one out. A ground ball, though, does end this inning off. So there's still plenty of chances to work this out. Ali Sanchez at the plate. Watching a cutter come across to go 0-2. Ooh, try to get him to chase that slider. I love the pitch location. Just not working out. There's that four-seamer gets popped up to Walker. Going near the warning track. He will go ahead and get it down. Runner's going to try to move up, though. So throw's going to go to third. Never mind. So how strong of a throw that was. Simply just went back. I like it. I'll be doing it sometimes. See if you can get an errant throw by rushing him a little bit. And this will be a fly ball out to Malgary, who will go ahead and catch that one in the third inning. Avoiding another run scoring possibilities. We go back to our bats. I haven't heard much from them. I know we're looking at the whole team, but they've been quiet today. Colt Keith coming around for his second at bat. He flew out in the second inning as we're all the way at the top of the fifth now. Melvin Adon is looking good. 29 pitches through only 4 innings. These guys have looked so off balance, and I got to say is that changeup. Very, very slow. As you can see him there swinging and missing. Gets a four-seamer at 97. When you have a changeup at 83, four-seamer at 97, it gets tough. You want to sit fastball, and you finally get the changeup, and he puts it in the zone. And look, there was a case of point where he almost went too early. 1-2. Gets the slider in the hands, gets blessed with the call that time, evens it up for Steele. Swings right over the top of the changeup, way too early, looking for a seam, and it's just too easy for him. Chris Myers will come up next, trying to deal with it. 2-1. Gets a slider up in the zone, timed it up well, and the dive will miss. The fact that he still almost made a play on that one is bewildering, but it hits off the top of the glove, so we will at least get a base hit off of that. And let's see if we can get a run scoring opportunity of our own. Now with 2 outs, we get our first 2 hits of the ballgame coming late in the 5th. But it's never too late to get a little run scoring opportunity going. Jermaine Palacios, who I had to move to the starting rotation after being on fire on the bench. So let's see if we can keep that same pace here. 0-1 on the day. Full count at the plate. After fouling that one into the seats. We're coming back. Adon throws that changeup, has him off balance. And go take that sharp, pointy little soul patch back to the dugout. Going right back to Steve, though, who's looked strong, too, as well. I mean, pitch count for him is the complete opposite. 60 pitches through 4 innings, so definitely on the higher end than the lower. But also, he's out there playing his heart out and doing what he can with no run support here today. Kept the score down to 1, which is really a fielding error more than just him, as this is a great ground over to Keith, who throws over to first base. Great play. And now it's up to Zach Cook, 0-2. Can we get him to swing and miss 2 as well? No, we can't. That cutter is going to be belted deep out to right field. Gone. Super high wall, so you know you're not jumping to bring it back. That is a long shot there for his 4th of the season. Steve just lost control of the cutter there, made 1 mistake, and the Fisher Cats made him pay. Great piece of hitting. It looked like it was in on the hands, too. One of those Mariano Rivera cutters, just not far enough in to break the bat. Just far enough in, though, to break the field. And now it's a 2-0 ball game. And he's got to make something shake here. We need him to calm back down. I need at least 7 out of you here. I don't want to have to go to the bullpen if I don't need to. But these base hits are starting to pile up. Not a strikeout guy. Pitch to contact. And sometimes it leads to a lot of hits. Not a lot of high pitch counts. Yeah, especially if they're being patient like Ali is here, watching that one in on the hands. Then gets a curveball that he takes out in the left field past Steele at third base. Or not Steele, but Colt at third base. Out to Steele in left field. And then this one's going to go past Perez, who knocks it down, though, at second base. Can he throw it over to first in time? Not going to do it. Bases will stay juiced here, 2 outs. And Brown is going to come up next in the first pitch or second pitch he sees. He lines this out to Malgary. It's going to be a base hit that'll score 1. Throw to the plate as the second one comes around. Not in time with the tag. He had to come up for it. And now we got to go to the bullpen. Is this now 4-0? I wanted to trust him. I wanted to give him some leeway, but I got to get some of my long relievers up and warming. We're going to go with James Conley. ERA is just a little bit lower. And we'll switch up the handedness, go to lefties. So next up, I don't even know how I would want to say this name. Palmagani? Taking the first pitch and fouling off the second, but they can still keep this 2-out rally going. He's batting .425 with runners in scoring position, so that's not who you want up if you're the pitcher. And that'll get over the first baseman's hand. He jumped for it, gave his best effort, but this will get down in the corner as 1 run to score. The second run is coming all the way around from first base to throw over to third base to make sure no one gets there. But it is now a 6-0 ball game. Still just 2 outs. He is having a hard time getting this final one here. 80 pitches on the day. Another one, almost a similar location. This one won't get down the line. Racones is going to have to throw into the plate. Not in time. 7-0 Fisher Cats. And they came out here to not play. That is 6 runs in 1 inning. ERA is going to balloon after that one. So I apologize. Maybe I left you in a little bit too late, but I had to leave him in there until James Conley got warmed up and ready. After that 7th run, I just kind of brought him in and was like, all right, we need you, so I hope you are ready. He ended up being fully ready, so we'll go ahead and have him finish up this inning. And shoot, he might even finish up the rest of the game as long as he don't give up too many runs. Is 7-0 is going to be tough for our hitters to come back from, especially with 5 innings of basically almost no hit ball. It's going to take some really big hits here to come back. Adon, 48 pitches. We got to start working these counts. Wells. Watching 2 quick pitches back to back. I like the patience here. That's what we need. We need to work his pitch count. Gets a 4-seamer on the hands. Tries to pull it. It'll fall down in. Little bloop base hit out of the left field. Ain't nothing wrong with a little luck when you're trying to come back in the game. Wenzel Perez with a 2-1 count. He does a similar thing here. This will fall in for another base hit. Blooped out the left. And instead of 2 hits with 2 outs, it'll be 2 hits with none. But now it'll be 2 hits with 2 outs as that double play ball gets turned over. Malgary not able to do it, and it's up to Fernando Gonzalez, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Both ground outs. And that was a goodly timed changeup. We actually timed it up that time, just got over top of it, drilled it right to shortstop. And we got 2 back-to-back balls as Gonzalez is looking to make a 2-out rally. At least try to get 1-run home, start up something, give us some confidence and hope. And then watching all the way, gets to an even up count, 2-2. That's an upstairs changeup. He sat back on it. It's going to go deep out to center field, but it will be gloved. Not enough wind to carry that one over the wall, or at least up against the wall. And we'll have to go top 8, same score. Still 7-0. Adon still in the game. Still getting strikeouts with those changeups, that 4-seamer, the slider even sneaking its way in. But here, Palacios gets one off the wall. And finally, our first extra base hit of the game is a double with 1 out here. And a chance that at least we have a runner in scoring position, and it's not 2 outs this time. This one will be a line base hit up the middle and right back to 2 outs with the runner on. Actually, we're going to try to go to the plate. Throw will be well in time. I tried to sneak it, see if we can catch him lacking, but fully aware of his surroundings, not willing to give up an inch. And the umpires had to check his glove after that, didn't they? They said, you've been killing it. You on the road to a complete game shutout. You had a no-hitter for 4 2/3. Yeah, we got to check that glove real quick and make sure you are all right. Now, unfortunately, he's able to continue pitching. They didn't find no illegal substances. So now we got to keep dealing with them. And that hard-ass changeup as that 4-seamer's low, though. This one's belted out to deep right field. Going back, gloved in. I think that's just in front of the warning track or just at the warning track. That was hit a long ways. Just not enough power there from Wenzel. And it'll be up to Ben with 1 out. Swinging through the 4-seamer right over the plate. Trying to get a little rally going here. This will be a liner out to the glove of right field. Timed up the 4-seamer. Just unlucky. And it's up to Gonzalez now. Is swinging upstairs. Maybe getting a little frustrated. 0-1. Takes another one. This is going to go opposite field. No carry to it at all. As that'll end the game. Not a very good showing by the Double-A squad. 5 hits as a whole. No runs. And the pitching staff, I mean, he just had 1 bad inning. Left him in there too long. That could be acquitted to my fault. But I was thinking you at least make it through 5. So I'm not letting them off that easy. 5 hits as a team. Our power guys went over. Jermaine 7th double of the season. Steve 11 hits, giving up 4 Ks. That's what happens when the strikeout per 9 is so low. You run the risk of having a bad outing like this, basically. So James Conley, 3 1/3 though, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. He did good in his relief work. That's something hopeful to see and be thankful for. As you see here, the month of June was not too polite to us. We ended up ending the month on a loss here to the Guardians, 8-7, giving up 2 runs in the 9th, and it was just all bad. 10 hits as a team. You see Alex Lange once again blowing another save, only getting 1 out, and that basically was all I needed to see. I think he's done as a closer for the year. I'm going to switch up for Andrew Chafin. He's been the best and most clutch reliever that we've had. So I'll go ahead and switch him up, make him my closer for the time being. I thought about Alex Lange in the setup man role, just maybe keep working his clutch and keep still getting those similar types of roles, so maybe he gets better. But Jordan Hicks has been performing good in that role. I've liked him in that role, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him back and just let Alex Lange be a middle relief guy for the year. And I don't know what that says with his rest of his tenure with us. Contract is up after this season. He could be a potential trade target. And closing pitcher is definitely something that I have my eyes on in this draft to try to find somebody that could replace that spot either now or next season at the very earliest. Now, with that being said, though, we got to jump right back into another minor league game. We still got to check out the AAA squad. Maybe they're ready. Maybe somebody here. Maybe the closer here is ready. Let's see if we get into a closing situation as Wilmer Flores is on the mound. I wanted to check him out. We haven't focused on him at all really this series. 16 starts, a 4-7 record, 3.1 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. But he has B potential. I think he's 72 or 71 overall starting pitcher. So more arms that could potentially be coming up to the major league level. Of course, you want those A potentials, but if you got a B potential and you balling, you can potentially see your way up too as well. So this is not a good way to start though. With a leadoff walk, 9 pitches, now double-digit pitches through the first inning. We haven't even recorded a single out yet. And we'll go ahead and change that up with a nice curveball down the low. Got him to swing and miss through it. 1-2 here to Yepez. Swings through the curveball yet again. That thing is looking beautiful today. And we got Taylor Trammell, who will pop this 4-seamer up right out to De La Rosa. Will come in with just enough speed to go and clear things out. Now it's up to us to go to get a couple hits in and try to make something shake here. It's Dylan Rosa will be leading us off, tied for third in the team with RBIs with 32 of them at the leadoff spot. And this will give us a good idea, too, of how some of our AAA guys are up. You know, September call-ups are right around the corner. Maybe call up early. You never know how it could turn out. Ryan Credler is going to be up next. He takes this one into the outfield. This will get down for a base hit. And who I'm going to have my eyes on the most, though, is Drew Jones. A potential. I was really excited when we traded for him. I thought him, Green, Badu, and Jones would honestly run my entire outfield. Like, I really thought it would be those four. One of them would just be the DH, and we would be good to go. But Drew Jones is looking kind of sorry right now, even at AAA. He's got me honestly trying to debate if I should send him down to AA to see if he can get some more development. Even being a 76, 78 overall with a potential, he is just not hitting good, and I don't know why. Now, as you can see there, Jace Jung grounds this one over. We end up out of that inning, and you see we jump here to the top of the fourth as this game got quiet for a good minute. Our bats still not batting. Our pitcher doing amazing. Defense playing good. So at least we're firing on all cylinders on one side of the ball. And when you get those bats woken up as Mac Chambers is up with a 1-2 count here as Wilmer Flores looking to keep dealing. Gets him looking at that 4-seamer low. Easy strikeout. And we move on to the next one, man. It's Yepez 0 for 1. On the day, 0-2 count running into this one as he takes that in on the hands. We're going to look to answer back with that curve, which will not get him chasing. Good eye. Way to stay patient and focused, evening it back up, and then chops a 4-seam on the ground right to Jung, who will take this himself over to first base. Good play. Now it's back to Trammell. 2 outs in the inning, trying to look to get something started here as that 4-seam was in on the outer part of the plate. He had great command of his pitches here today. Look at that one, just slightly off of where we wanted it. This one we wanted low and in 0-2. Let's see where he puts it for us. Bam. Just like I said, slightly off, but the controller's there. He's not missing over the plate. He's not doing anything wild. We'll go top of the fifth here. 1-2. Swings and misses at the cutter upstairs, right where I needed it to be. We have a 3-1 here to Micah Freeze. Gets him to foul off that changeup, keeping him off balance to fill it back up. And go ahead and go back in for the kill as he watches that 2-seamer just barely missed. Trying to get him to chase on that one, but he was not biting. We get this one flyed out to Rosa, though, by Redmond. Now it's up to Scott. Trying to get a 2-out rally going here as well as Wilmer. Gets him cut down yet again. That's what we're going to call it. It's going to be cut down when you strike out on the cutter, bro. As we go ahead and send him right back to the dugout, and we're going back to our bats to see if maybe these guys want to wake up finally. As Tyler don't. He still want to nap, popping that one high in the air for the right fielder. Eric De La Rosa, did you wake up from your nap yet? Okay. He opened one eye up a little bit with the 1-0. There you go. Get the crusties out the left eye. He's wiping them clean. Now it's time for the right. 2-0. There we go. Skied going towards the right fielder's glove. He went right back to sleep. He pump faked me. He opened up one eye, got comfortable, went right back to sleep. And then Dylan Dingler, though, he just rolled straight up. Straight Red Bull energy as he hits this one up the middle for a base hit, though, with 2 outs. Trying to maybe get a little rally going here as you see Matthew Laboratour is at 37 pitches now. You got to start working these pitch counts to kind of get these starters out of here and get to that bullpen, but we can't do that when we're getting fly ball outs here. Andrew, right out to right field, not able to do anything with it. Drew Jones, bottom of the 6th, he's 0 for 1 on the day. Has a good hitters count here. Falls victim to that 4-seamer upstairs that he's laid on. Skies at the center field. Go sit down. Dylan Rosa coming up for his 3rd round of at-bats here, and he just pops up the second pitch he sees. Good pitch to hit. Bad timing on it. Ryan Credler, who's also fighting for that third base job. Jonathan Scope is getting older. If he can show me he can ball, he might be able to have it. But if he's going to keep playing like this, oh yeah, we're going to keep looking for third baseman in them draft until we get one. Now, top 8 here, we have Scott Mania going off against Wilmer Flores as he goes in and takes this ball into the gap. It'll get down for a base hit. Still, look, you can see at the board, they have 2 hits. We have 3. This is their 3rd hit of the game. As no runs have come across yet. And I wanted to see if we can get the win, but unfortunately, we'll have to take him out. We'll take out Drew Dodson, the very first reliever we drafted in the series. 25 games, 3-0 record. ERA is down at 1.3. Both sides of the ball hitting 200 or less against him. Not a lot of strikeouts, though, but not a lot of walks either. So we're looking to hopefully have him come in, keep this game 0-0, and hope that our bats wake up in the bottom of the 8th or for a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. Now comes in, immediately gets into a 3-1 count against Cabell, but fills it back up with a little chopper foul there. Watches the cutter in on the outside part of the plate. Great break on the back door. Way to keep him off balance there, not wanting to look forward. Now try to squeeze in another one here. He's watching all the way, 4 straight pitches to go ahead and walk over to first. But now it gives us a chance to go after a double play here against Mac Chambers, who's now in the 3-1 hitters count as well. As Drew, looking like he might not have the control here today. Gets this as a chopper over to Cruz. He'll go to second for 1, throw to first base. Got him. Easy double play there. And just like that, we have plenty of time for our bats to now wake up and try to score some runs. Dylan Dingler will be up next. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Taking the first pitch he sees. That'll get into the outfield. I thought he knocked it down for a second. I had to wait for that camera to raise up. Great leadoff base hit, though, Dingler. At one point was a highly revered catcher for us. Thought he might be able to take over for Haas. He was B potential. Lost the B potential and hasn't played good. So that's why I've been giving it back to him. The boy has not played up to B potential par. But with that base hit, he at least knocks out the Memphis starter. As he'll go ahead and go take a seat on the bench with the skipper coming out to come get him. Fairly strong day. Just like our starter pitcher, though. No offense back from his teammates. So they'll go to Zach Thompson on their end. 8 2/3, not too bad. 3.7 ERA. And lefties are absolutely mashing against him. Which we do have some strong lefties in this lineup. We'll have to wait till they get their turn around to bat, though, as Andrew Navigato will swing over the top of that circle change to go ahead and get the inning started. Then gets a 4-seamer up about chest high. He'll take this one out to deep left field. This will be at the wall. The leaping is missed. 2-run home run for the Mud Hens. And that was a long shot. He almost had a chance to bring it back, but Andrew Navigato, 11 home runs out of the 8 spot, too, is pretty impressive. But 11 home runs to go ahead and give his team a nice 2-0 lead and give Drew Dodson an opportunity. He'll end up being the one to get the win. But now we also maybe get to look at our closer and see if he's ready for prime time. Next up, we got Dylan Rosa back up trying to show off the bat here. He takes the evened up 2-2 count all the way out into the gap. That'll hit up against the wall, so we get to keep this inning moving as he's going to go ahead and slide in there safely for a 1-out double. Do a quick pop out in between. Ryan Credler now giving an opportunity to get an RBI here. Come on, show me you can be the third baseman in the future. 2-2. Watching that one in on the hands. He's got his competition friend, Fernando Gonzalez, down there kind of working, looking good. And there you go. Nice smack hit back to third baseman. Now, of course, he had to hold up because there was 1 out. Even with that throw up the line, I think he probably still would have been out. So we'll go ahead and take that one, man. We got Trey Cruz coming up. Runs to the corners, 1 out. That'll be a 4-6 or 12-6. That was well above the strike zone. Surprised it didn't break even more. He must have threw that thing to the Lord and Savior or something. That thing was all the way in the sky to only drop and still be at the top of the zone. But we get a sack fly and an RBI out of it. So we'll have to keep the inning going past that as We go ahead and steal off for second base there. Good speed. Way to show off the 71 there. Jace Jung trying to make something happen here. 0-2 after taking it upstairs. Heat watches that four-seamer below the knees as we're going to get those bars in there, but he'll have to go ahead and warm up on the spicy bar in the dugout as he watches that four-seamer go right past him. And we're going to go do a pitching change here, get our closer, Austin Roberts, in. Can he make a move up to the big league level? Can he be the major league closer? Who knows? But he's seen some nice development this year. I think he is the older of the two. Yeah, I think he's like 27 as opposed to the one we have at AA, who's I think like 19. So, I mean, time is ticking on how good he can be. But we'll see if he can get a close here today, get the save as we are in the top of the ninth. Gets the leadoff base hit there as Taylor Trammell's up next. Looking to get a rally start. We're up 3-0. So it should be nice and simple work to go ahead and get on because the time run still is yet to even see the plate as this fly ball will go to Rosa. Nice, easy recording out number 1. Next up is Mark Ventos. 1-3 on the day. Even up count after watching that slider go right over the plate. Tries to get him to chase the four-seamer low, but it'll be a full count. Watching the slider all the way through. Another walk. Could be dangerous. Time run is now at the plate now with Prize. Watching the two-seamer down low, though. Gets to go sit down on the bench. Time run still at the plate, though. We're still not completely out of this. They still have hope in life with 2 outs. And this is Chandler Redmond taking the first pitch that he sees high in the sky. That is popped up. Credler settles underneath it, and that'll be a dub for your Mud Hens. I think it is Toledo Mud Hens getting the victory here today, as that was pretty strong. I mean, last game we saw no offense at all with the AA squad. This game we at least got 3 runs in and a better pitching performance. Able to go, I think it was 7 1/3 to go ahead and get this victory in, even though he didn't get the actual win. Drew Dotson did great innings of relief as well, but the offense was able to pull it out, stake it up today, and everybody was able to shut down their bats too as well. So I like what I saw from AAA here, and I did like what I saw a little bit out of AA. Just wish I saw more offense. You can see there 7 innings, 13 Ks from Wilmer Flores. That was a great start. 7 hits as a team, 2 from Ryan Credler. So I mean that's pretty impressive, boosting that average closer to 250. Nobody really hitting above 270 though, except for I think it's Tyler Nevin hitting 276. So there's some things to work on. As Navigado is up to 30 RBIs now, but you see 13 Ks, only 3 hits, 2 walks. Great start to get that ERA below 3. And then Drew Dotson, great relief work, and we got the save in there like we needed to. Let's come over and look at the pitch analysis for him though, and see kind of where some of his stuff was. 71% on the strike percentage. That's where I like to see at least above 70. The two-seamers kind of lacking at 57%, but we can work on that. You see all the out pitches, even if they were over the zone, getting hit. A lot of stuff taken low, so kind of missing out of the zone there, but at least it's missing low and not missing for big time hits down the middle. And you can see all the stuff here: misses, swings and misses, strikeouts. You can see hard hit balls, weak hit balls, and you see where it's really working. You saw 6 of those curveballs were swung on and missed, 4 curveballs for strikeouts, 4 of the cutters, and then 3 of the four-seamers. So the curveball was really working today, not really keeping guys on balance. He was hitting the strike zones, keeping them off balance with it, swinging and missing. And of course, you can still see here a lot of stuff around the edge, even stuff that's taken, still hitting those corners. So he's being very strategic with his pitches. We got to work on that command, tighten it up just a little bit. Like you see here, 4 curveballs chased, still wasn't able to do anything with it. Most of the fly balls and line drives came from the four-seamers, not really making too much hard contact with the curveball. And that's what scares me the most about curveballs. If you don't have good command of it and it's not a good pitch for you, you will get smacked all over the yard. So to see that he's got that kind of handle on it down here at AAA gives me some hope that he could make the leap to the major league roster. Maybe as a long reliever or fight for a spot in that starting rotation, because nobody other than Tariq Skubal and Luis Severino have guaranteed their spot in my starting rotation at the major league level. So September call-ups could be a possibility for him. Who knows? But we'll go ahead and get back up to the major league roster. We're getting closer and closer to draft day as we go ahead and simulate the first or second game of the Guardians series, losing 7-4, and get into a critical situation here where we are down 5-4. Runners are at second and third though, and Riley Green looking to maybe be clutch here with 2 outs, and we could use a greatly timed hit here to at least tie this up and send us to extra innings. I think it's Joan Duran on the mound here. Already 30 pitches in, so he's probably a little bit tired. At least I'd like to think so. Gets a splitter right over the middle. Got on top of it, though. That'll be a ground ball out. So no heroics here. I got to show a couple of those, right? You guys can't get used to just me just hitting walk-off. Every time you see a critical situation, it's a walk-off. Nah, we got to show some of those fails in here, too. My boy was not able to get on top of that splitter. We have to walk out there with the L. Gave up 14 hits to their side. Only 8 for ours. A lot of offers. 2 hits by Riley Green, CJ Crone, and Eric Haas, though, so I'm proud of those guys because those averages are struggling. Gleyber Torres with his 15th home run, CJ Crone with 14. I would love to see those guys get to around 20 at least before the end of this month. So got a long ways to work there.
Once again, another game lost as we are on this heavy losing streak. Kind of heading into this Rays game as we're getting closer to the last day before draft. So I wanted to do a player lock. We're talking about our young phenoms. Why not go ahead and get a player lock game with one of the youngest phenoms and doing the second best? I'd say Keith Clemens is doing better, but he's older. Morris Jones batting .294 as a leadoff hitter as a rookie. Like, that is so impressive. I think you guys don't understand how impressive that is as he takes the cutter right down the middle, deep out the right field. It'll get down and bump up against the wall. I thought he might have had that one for a homer, but at least this will be an extra base hit as his double. We're going to try to extend to third. Great cutoff there by whoever that is covering shortstop. I think it's probably the pitcher, maybe, covering over at second base. Yeah, I think that was the pitcher because second and short were both definitely in the outfield. So good job covering that, though, because we definitely could have moved up to third base. We're already down 2-0 in this game, so I'm going to go ahead and try to steal off on third. We will go ahead and get it. They're going to take it to first, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try to slide this one in. Can we get in there? Yes, we will. And that's what having speed at leadoff does. Keith Clemens, great job getting that slow roller, and we were able to get that double and run in. And now we have the lead, skipping all the way to the fifth, 3-2. But, yeah, he's somebody that I see being very key figure to this roster. I mean, to come up after one season of AA and rake like he has been raking as a leadoff spot, there's a lot of pressure put on that leadoff guy. You are the guy that sets the tone for the game. If you are having a bad day, just our whole team probably having a bad day. If you're getting on and moving people around, and even when he's rotating back to the top of the lineup, you're getting RBIs. As you see, his 46 of those things this season. Or no, that was Keith Clemens. He has 30. I think it's 39 RBIs this season. He's getting those guys on the bottom part of the order when they get on. He's getting them on and getting them around too, as well as that's a base hit into the outfield, getting back on again, getting that cutter. Drew laying them things right over the plate. And we have a full count here with 1 out. Keith Clemens, can you do it again? We're going to steal off on it. That is a liner out into the outfield that will actually be gloved in. So now he's got to throw back to first base. He's got to get back. He won't get back in time. I was trying to steal off, hoping that either he swung and missed or we'd be at second base or he got a hit at least, but was not able to do it. Now we go here to the bottom of the 7th. You got Clevenger in, giving up yet another base hit as it squeezes by the infield. Just fast enough to get past second base. And the game is tied 4-4, so that was very crucial. So we're going to go ahead and jump into and switch into full game mode as we try to switch this game around. Keith Clemens right up next to him, and he's somebody that's performed great as well, coming in basically straight to the major league level. He did great at AAA, brought him straight up here, and he's been good as the everyday shortstop, so I got to give my props to him. Michael Mercado is coming into the game with that 6 ERA, so hopefully we can tax that a little bit more. But back to Keith Clemens. He's coming in and being great as the everyday shortstop. I thought Javi Baez would hold it down this season, but the spring battle, Keith really outshined him. So, I don't know what Javi Baez's future with the team will be, if it'll be a trade or just let go. But Keith Clemens will be here to stay and will be the new future everyday first base or shortstop as Riley Green bloops that one into the outfield. Morris Jones is going to easily come in and score. And that's very clutch by the top 3. Those are my 3 favorite players on this team, honestly. I really do love everybody on this team. Like, Akil Baddoo is great, awesome. Eric Haas was good. Now he's falling off the season. I was happy about the CJ Cron signing, but he hasn't really panned out like I thought he would be. I really thought he'd be in that 30 home run mark every season, and we just haven't seen it yet as he grounds out there. And we go to Yamisi Garcia, who actually has been good reliever for us too as well. This year has really kind of turned it on, as he's been one of my more, like, if I have a very close game, I'm probably going to Yamisi. Like, Jordan Hicks is still my setup man. I still trust Jordan Hicks a little bit more, maybe more for nostalgic reasons than how he's performing this season. But Yamisi Garcia is probably that dude right now, other than Andrew Chafin. So we need him to come in and shut the door down. And here in this game, is we got a full count here with 1 out to Brandon Love, who watches that 4-seamer low. He'll go ahead and get over to first base, and we'll go ahead and bring in Jason Foley, who we just recently called up due to the struggles of Anderson Espinoza. So far, it's been pretty good, 4 2/3. Only giving up 1 earned run, I'm guessing, by that ERA. And lefty seemed to be what's giving him the most problems, but he's been shutting down everything else. So let's go ahead and take care of the righty that's at the plate. With 1 out, try to get a little ground ball here, maybe from Ramirez. Harold fouls that one off, though, to make it 0-2. Pops this one. Baddoo, plenty of room to come underneath it on the run. He will grab it. Easy throw into second base, keeping the runner at first. And just like that, they're down 2, just allowed us 4 outs. Josh Lau trying to keep this 2 out rally possibly going. That's going to be in the dirt. Good pop up there. Not able to get anything moving over towards first base. 1-2 after that. Scope will catch this liner right at him. And we're going to go to Andrew Chafin. We've had some troubles, like I said, with Alex Lynch saving these games. So switching things up to see if we can have a little bit more success. And then Chafin to Matt Mervis. Gives up a ball in the gap. Man, this is going pretty slow. Center field, Morris Jones just stopped. But dude's going to have to pick this one up. Gets it in time to keep it from being a triple. I don't know why Morris Jones stopped. Maybe I should have switched to him and he wouldn't have stopped. But now we have a runner at second base with no outs. We got to recover from this. We cannot tie this game up. We do not want to go to extra innings. We worked so hard to get this lead. I do not want to have to go to extras. So full count here to Betancourt. Gets the call. Strike upstairs right on the corner. Go sit down and thaw off. Young man, that four-seam was too much heat for me. You all right? And next up, we're going back to cycling to the top of the rotation. Margot is up. Popping this one. It will reach the seats, though. No troubles there at all. 0-2. Takes this one. This is going to go deep. Left field, but dude's tracking it. It'll be gone at the wall. Didn't even have time to get there to leap or jump. That is a 2-run home run given up by Andrew Chafin. And I don't know what to do. Our closer can't close. Andrew Chafin has had a great ERA and been clutch all season, but we put him in the closer role. He's folding as they're going to go ahead and steal off on second base. Maybe a hit and run possibility here. Throw will not be anywhere close to in time. That's Wander Franco at the plate. 1-1. Takes this one. It's a liner to the outfield. That'll get down. Badu's going to have to come up throwing to keep the runner in. His throw will be well up the line. Not even close. He gets in there standing up. That's another RBI. Joey Menace will be at the plate next. Now we're down 2 runs. So we got to score 2 of those things back in the bottom of the ninth to have a chance to win this game. We had the clutchness to get the lead. And just like that, our pitching staff, our bullpen lost it for us. Great double play to at least get out of it, but we needed that a lot sooner. They're going to go to their closer, who's at least a little bit more sure. 23 saves and 24 opportunities. Ryan Hesley. We're about to face 8, 9, and 1 for us. So, I mean, a little bit of hope. If we can get some guys on. I mean, Eric Haas is still no slouch. If you make a mistake, he could still make you pay. Only 4 home runs this season, though, so I don't know how much people have been making mistakes on him. Obviously not well enough. 204 average, 30 RBIs. And I'll have to go sit back down for swinging and missing at that 12-6 to the bench. Next up is Spencer Torkelson. Doing okay in his time up. 245, 10 homers. Though, more than Eric Haas, so I'll give him that. He's been holding down the first base on defense, too, as well. Not too many errors, but well too many strikeouts as he has to go sit down as well. And it'll be all up to Morris Jones, the rookie. Finally got that average up to 300 with the 3-for-4 day here today. Can he make it 4-for-5? He will not, as his throw is going to be in time at first base. And Tampa Bay walks out of here your victors. They managed to bounce back. I don't know how they did it. We had a very clutch, top of the 8th. Got our 2 runs in that we needed, or bottom of the 8th, I should say. Got the 2 runs in that we needed. Andrew Chafin, man. I don't know what to do with this bullpen. It seems like when the bats get going, you see 3 hits from Jones and Gleyber Torres. It's a lot of offers after that. And in the bullpen, I mean, Matt Manning, 6 innings, 2 runs, only 1 earned is good, but it seems like when one thing's working, the other thing isn't. Whether that be the pitching, you see some of these, like we're on a 9-game losing streak right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8-game losing streak right now. Some of these games are high. You see, we scored 7 in that one, but then some of the games 1, 0, 2, 1. Bats just weren't awake. The game in Cleveland, bullpen sold. 4-7, bullpen sold. 4-5, bullpen sold. 5-7, We have had 4 games where it's been the bats. 4 games when it's been bullpen/starters. We gotta get both of those guys going the same spot because now we're 8 games out of first place, 3 games under 500, and this season is slowly, like those images show, getting colder for us. Every starting pitcher is on a cold streak right now. Every single one of them is cold. Our bullpen is looking rocky. We don't even have a bona fide closer, so I'm looking at AAA. Anybody that could come up, and Drew Dotson is looking real good right now. 29 innings, 1.24 ERA, sub-1 whip. Austin Roberts, maybe possibly 2.5 ERA, 1.4 whip. Wilmer Flores, we just had a great start with him. He's going on fire, possibly. As far as the lineup goes, I mean, Nick Solak is looking, he's not helping. I mean, I'd love to keep him around for World 5 reasons, but my dude is not helping. If I were to bring somebody up, is somebody ready to go? Is somebody ready to take over that role? There's Daniel Cabrera, who we had in spring, who actually did ball out. It was a tough decision to move down, but in 267, he's on fire. I wish Drew Jones would finally elevate his game, but he's batting 189, -7 to his contact left. A lot of stuff is going up. He's up to a 75, but he's struggling right now. I don't honestly, I think he might need to move down to AA to just get right. He's got 1 more year on his minor league option to use. And if next spring he can't show anything and he struggles again next season, Drew Jones might be a trade target. I might be trading one of our top prospects away and seeing what I can get from him. Maybe we'll get somebody that can help make the team complete. Maybe we'll get another equally good prospect at a position of need, like third base or second, or catcher, or maybe get a really good starting pitching prospect. I don't know what he could be traded for, but if he doesn't shape up his game, he will be gone. Let me know down below what you guys think about that. Is it time for Drew Jones to be gone? Was that a bad trade? Is it time to move on from it? And let me know other moves that you think should be made too around the trade deadline or for the offseason. As we go to get closer and closer, next video will be the draft. So we'll go ahead and just jump straight into it. Basically, that the futures game and the draft, go into All-Star Weekend, and then probably try to get through the end of July. So that way we can see how good the players are, of course, see their overalls, see their potentials, and sign them up. So if you guys are ready for that next episode, man, make sure you guys leave a video with a like, comment, and subscribe for your boy. And I will catch you guys in the next video. It's your boy SGG, aka the King Games, aka SmooveGotGame, aka GM Smooth. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. I love all the support and love that you guys are giving it, all the views, all the likes, comments. Love you guys so much. Let's keep growing and grinding. And I'll catch you guys next time, man. I'm out.